Hello everyone, my name is TJ Smith. I am one of the 3 artists in residence at the Mesa County Libraries this year, and I'm talking to you through screens today because of the current pandemic that we're in. But I'm really not here to get into great detail about that. I'm really here to talk about ways to use this time, this stay-at-home time, to better yourself, to foster an environment that is positive and not negative. And kind of at its core of what I mean with that is, creating a visual representation of, daily duties, habits that you want to integrate into your life or that you maybe want to remove from your life. And even before I get too deep into that, I'm going to just tell a story of where this whole idea came from and why I'm communicating it now. So it was around this time, about a few years ago when I first moved to Grand Junction. I was canyoneering with some friends in the monument, and I took a fall, pretty big one, and shattered the navicular bone of my foot. Basically put me out for an entire summer. Couldn't really move, couldn't get out of the house, couldn't drive, could barely walk. I did have one of those little scooters, and that was pretty fun. But essentially I was living a similar life to what it is today. I wasn't free, wasn't able to do as I pleased. And, me being a super active person, it was hard. And I also didn't know how I was going to recover from this, what walking was going to be like after that. It was just not a great time. And instead of kind of wallowing in that, I wanted to heal as fast as I could. I wanted to, put my best foot forward and foster an environment that gave me, the best results. And I kind of figured, well, if I'm as healthy as I can be, if I'm still staying active, if I'm still stimulating my mind, if I'm still doing these things that basically create, better me and a better being, then at the end, I will have probably come out of this, better than I could have. And so I kind of brainstormed what that meant, and marinated on that. And I came up with activities, things I could do every day in my house, that would give me those beneficial, benefits. Things like practicing yoga, meditation, reading, eating a balanced diet, getting enough sleep, really fundamental things that just foster, healthy well-being. And once I kind of had my core list, I went back upon my graphic design knowledge, my artistic, skills, and created visual representations of those activities, icons in that way. So, you could imagine, eating a balanced diet might be images of maybe a fruit basket with vegetables in it, or like a plate, and there's, greens and proteins and fruits and water. And, if it's yoga, maybe it's, figure doing Warrior One, or a yoga mat, very basic. Basically anything that I could associate activity with visual representation. So the activity that I'm proposing to you today is that. It's asking yourself, what can I do to better my well-being? Maybe you want to quit smoking or drinking. Maybe you do want to do yoga more often. Maybe you've been wanting to pick up an instrument and just felt like you never had the time. I would imagine that life's a little slower right now and that you might have some time to do these different things. So, ask yourself those questions. Jot down on the list, get some paper out. Be free with it. Figure out what those are. Maybe it's 3, maybe it's 10. I mean, it's whatever you want and feel comfortable that you can achieve. Once you've got that list down and you know what your, say, 5 are, start drawing, images, icons, very loose to help represent that. Again, if it's reading, think books, think bookmark, think lines of text. If it's meditation, maybe it's, hands like this. Maybe it's eyes closed. Maybe it's a third eye drawn on a face. Get free with it. Get loose with it. Think about that. What are those, those visual representations for you? And everyone's going to be different. And, if you don't think that you can create something visually like that, maybe, when you go to the final application, it's just writing the word out, but maybe it's in block letters or bubble letters, or again, something that's engaging that you're going to want to look at every day. Because what I did was, once I had my core activities, I got a dry erase marker and I went to the bathroom on the mirror and I drew them out up on top. It was a place that I knew I was going to see those things every day. And once I had my icons up there, I would just tally them. And every day that I did a certain activity, I put a mark next to it. And 1 week by, 2 weeks by, 3 weeks by, all of a sudden you're filling the mirror up. You're seeing your progress. You're getting inspired by, you're wanting that next year mark. You're feeling the benefits of it. I've certainly felt better practicing yoga every day, meditating every day. I already ate very healthy, but I was even more into that and doing things even more to bolster my immune system, to bolster my being. So, if it's on your mirror, maybe it's on your fridge. If you don't have a dry erase marker, if you don't want to go that route, maybe just get a strip of paper and you draw them on that and then you tape that somewhere. And you have tallies somewhere else. I mean, whatever system works for you, do. Just follow kind of those guidelines with it. So to kind of help with all of this too and get your head wrapped around it, I've created basically a web page that has some links to websites that help and have helped me find inspiration with existing icons already out there, like a jumping off point. What are other people creating when it's tied to the word yoga or meditation or exercise. I've also put images of my icons, the mirror, my tallies, basically my progress through it all, and kind of show you what I went through with that in that sense. Just to kind of get your head understanding what this project is. It's pretty basic. You take a day to do it, take an hour to do it, 30 seconds, whatever you feel like you need to do it. It's really just the act of creating it, setting up yourself for success by choosing achievable goals, and then starting. It's no time like the present. Once you've got it up, maybe you go do your exercise and you get that mark, and it starts that process. And from there, it's hopefully a snowball effect, and you start gaining the traction and you start seeing the results. Because I believe, especially right now, that a healthy you is a healthy us, and that if you're creating an environment that gives you the best that you can give yourself, then we're gonna get through this a lot faster and a lot better. And at the end, maybe all of a sudden you're shredding a guitar or drums, or you're radically changing your diet that you've been wanting to do for a long time. So again, using this stay-at-home order as opportunity to change. I thank you. I wish you the best, and hopefully soon we can be out and about in the world and again together. Have a good one.